What's up, people? We have George Anthony on the line. Oh my God. Sorry for everyone for the. I don't know what's the technical difficulty. Me and him went through this last week. Everything went smooth. I checked this maybe about a week ago. Actually, yesterday everything went smooth. Hey, GA, can they hear you? Go ahead and say something.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely reading the comments. Okay, so far, people are saying yes.
We can hear GA.
All right, Germany's like, hey, y'all.
What's up? It's 7 o'clock in Germany. Much love, Germany. How you guys doing? We got George Anthony in the building. Actually, he's on call with me right now. Like I said, I do apologize, and we're just gonna get down to business, man. Let's get down to the interview. So, GA, thank you, man. Thank you. It's an honor to have you again here. And there's just a lot of things that I love your music, man. I'm first and foremost, like before being a promoter, before being, doing what I'm doing right now for Freestyle, doing what we're doing for Freestyle. I'm a fan first, and freestyle music, it wasn't my first choice, especially like starting from last year, but I did meet somebody and they got me introduced into the game, So, I got the privilege to meet you in person here at the concert here in Detroit when we did the cancer benefit for Alba. So I haven't seen you since, and until we talked last week, in regards to setting up this interview. My first question is, tell us about your origin, bro. Your origin of your artistry. You're Boricua, of course. Boricua singer.
Yeah, no, I'm Boricua. I started this freestyle game very early on, in the early 90s, working with Willie Valentine. Did a lot of compilations on artistic. Fast forward to the late 90s, I just transitioned into salsa music, came out with an album called Ayer, did that for a few years, and then I got married and had kids and went to school. I pursued a normal life, and after that, my kids started getting older. I graduated from college, and I got back into the freestyle game back in 2013 when I went to
So time out. You stepped away from the freestyle game? Because you didn't tell me this the first time. How long?
I did freestyle. I would say from 1990 to about 1995 for 5 years, and then it's just I felt that I needed to go another route in my life. So I ventured into the Latin scene, and I recorded a salsa album with Jelly Bean Benitez. And, I did that for a few years, and it went very well for me. My records hit Billboard. I was traveling different parts of the world with the salsa record. And then that came to an end. I have no regrets. Everything was, a mutual type of separation. And, I needed to start doing other things with my life. So, I got married and had kids and went to school.
Wow. So you separated until 2015. So that was what, like about 7-8 years, huh? But more than that.
Yeah, I took my career in music. There has been huge lapses. You know what I mean? I wasn't too consistent with it because you have to prioritize. You know what I mean? And the way that I did things in my life is music wasn't a priority at one point, but now I see it as a hobby. I got back into it, and that's what I'm doing now. Having fun,
huh? Before your so you came back in 2013, correct? And I know 2013. Then a few years later, you dropped your remix. I've been listening to your music like more and more in the last week. And that album you dropped was basically all the remixes of your old stuff, right?
Yeah, well, I got back into the game when I met Jay Adams. We did a song called Tonight is the Night, and called Nothing Like Your Love. And Jay Allen and I recorded 19 songs back in 2015. And, that kind of like, I started putting the name with the face. And I started doing some shows here and there. So I just needed to start from square one, promoting myself and like I said, putting the name, putting the face to the name. And I knew it was going to take time. So I did that for a couple of years, and then I took another 3-year break because life happened. And fast forward to 2019 when I did Now That It's Over, and thankfully I had George Lamont jump on it, and it made a lot of noise.
That was dope. My favorite track, and I think Sylvia Ramirez's favorite track is "I Love You," and bro, like I haven't heard that track since the 90s, right? And when I seen you perform it at the concert, like I was like, holy shit, bro, this guy's the one that sang that track. And I didn't even know, like I'm sitting next to you, like talking to you, I didn't even know that that was your track, like actually your track, That's your so I was like, man, and then, how you performed it was dope, like the whole performance, bro, like, you started by yourself, then you brought Julio Mena, sang a little piece of it too, right? I remember that. And that.
Listen, I love you so good to perform because, even though I was underground, I consider myself underground. Underground, I say that because I wasn't on radio. You know what I'm saying? So we're underground. We're freestyle artists, but I came in at the tail end when freestyle was not on radio anymore. You know what I mean? So, the fact that with the Julio Menas and a lot of the artists, they know that song "I Love You," and you gotta remember one thing, Johnny O also remade it after me.
Oh wow.
And I looked at it as, okay, I'm not doing freestyle anymore, but a legend like Johnny O wants to take my song and sing it, and us two coming out with this record, helped the promotion of that song. Hence why I perform it and everybody knows it, and it's considered a classic. I don't say it, but I have the DJs, the fans, and the people who enjoy freestyle music, saying that it's a classic, meaning that they know the song from back in the days, and I think that's cool.
I think when we started doing this mix shows here at Lit, I think Dan spun it a few times, and I'm like, man, bro, that track, and I couldn't again, when it comes to freestyle, man, I'll be honest, I did hip hop, bro. I come from a hip hop, promotions, and I listened to freestyle, man, back in the day with my parent, with my family, my older siblings, my mom, my dad, my family really listened to it. So I wasn't really too much because I thought it was it's not. I was more into gang banging and stuff like that, which is crazy. But that's how it goes when you live in Chicago. We live in urban areas like Detroit, Chicago. I lived out in Brooklyn too. So I got re-engaged in the last year, and like I said, that last album, like that too. I'm gonna keep talking about your last album because that was a whole album that came up with how many tracks? About 13, 14 tracks.
My album had 19 tracks.
19 tracks, and I'm banging like 3 or 4 or 5 of them like within the last 4 or 5 days. I could just get I'm like, man, it just got me re-engaged and it gave me a lot of memories in regards to where music should be at right now. So my next question is this. Besides you meeting, you told me that you met Willie Valentin and you started doing freestyle and you started recording music with him. What inspired GA? Just the concept, the GA artist, the artistry.
What motivated me and inspired me were artists as like George Lamont. There was so many good freestyle, Noel. All the TKs. K7, TK, all those songs I would listen to. My brother's a DJ, so he would spin their records, and the one that made me fall in love with freestyle was George Lamont with the songs "Without You," "Bad of the Heart," "Look Into My Eyes," and out and I try to emulate, but at the same time create my own character, my own artist, my own GA, like, to become better as GA the artist. And he inspired me, hence why, we have similar styles. But he's one of the reasons why I fell in love with the genre.
Wow. Now, before you drop a track, because I talked about this with you, last week, before you drop a track, before you say, all the way, this is the track, this is the way I want it to sound, what is your creative process with your music?
Right. Every time I go to the studio with any producer, but recently it's been with Jay Allams, we just sit down and we just listen to beats and we try to find a catchy melody first, and we build around that melody. So, the process is fairly simple. If we're in the mood if we're both, I collaborate a lot of these new songs with Jay Allams, so if we're both feeling a certain melody and we're hearing a certain beat and it's something that we know that is going to sound good in a club, and when we perform it, then we know we got something in our hands and we start working on it. So with All the Way, we thought about the club. We thought about how the people will be reacting and dancing to it in the clubs. So that's how that came about. We wanted to, all the way to have that double meaning, take it all the way, take it all the way to my house, take it all the way to the bed, take it all the way to the club, so we wanted to have that double meaning, and that's how that song came about.
Actually, I like that track over the other one, man.
Yeah. Everybody has their favorites.
Yeah, now tell me how about with your collaboration with Cynthia.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I did that. Both collaborations that I did, Now That It's Over with George Lamont and You Should Have Told Me with Cynthia, they came unexpectedly, because what I do is, Cynthia and George, they're friends of mine, so I would always show them my songs and ask for their input before I mixed and mastered it. So for Now That It's Over, I actually recorded that whole song by myself, and when I asked George Lamont to, give me his input on it and if I should, continue and mix it and master and put it out, he says, I want to jump on it. So I said, I kind of asked him in a way too, but, so he says, let's do it. And that's how that happened. So both those songs were done by me prior by myself. And had George Lamont jump on it afterwards. And then the same thing where You Should Have Told Me, Cynthia jumped on it after the fact, that I'm so happy that they did.
Wow. Now, you did backgrounds, correct? You mentioned that to me before, that you did backgrounds. And who are the artists that you did backgrounds for?
I've done backgrounds for a lot of artists. I back in the days in the 90s, I did backgrounds for Little Susie. I did backgrounds on a song that she had called Promise Me, and I Just Can't Get Over You. So if you hear those two songs by Little Susie, that's when I started doing backgrounds. Producer Victor Franco would always call me to do backgrounds, and Little Susie, he just happened to be producing Little Susie's album at the time, and I did a song, Promise Me, that Little Susie had on her album, and the other one was Just Can't Get Over You. And that's how I started doing backgrounds in the early 90s. But I've done for almost everybody. A lot of the artistic compilations, I'm doing some backgrounds on it for Koala Bay, for Sammy Zone, for Jenny Renee. I just loved being in the studio, because not only did it keep me, how can I say, when you go work out in the gym, it keeps you nice and fit. That's what I would do. I would like to go to the studio just to keep my vocals nice and fit.
Wow, that's dope, bro. That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope. So, when you, like I said, your creative process is basically getting input from different artists.
Yeah.
You would say. And
yeah.
Wow, man, that's dope, bro. That's Tell me,
the sound is better, so I'm reading the comments, and the people are saying that the interview and the sound is better, so we're good.
The sound is better, bet. Much love, people, for real, you don't
Shout
understand.
out to Nelson Rego, because I you know what triggered him to write a comment? The fact that I said Jim.
Nelson, what's up, man? Much love to you. That's another artist that I met here in Detroit. Man, it was like I said. We had our ups and downs with the Detroit concert. And
Yeah, man.
it was.
I mean, but now there should be more ups than downs, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be able to meet you, to meet Julio, to meet Nelson, to meet Mia, si tú estás aquí, Mia, much love. I actually predicted Mia when we went back after the concert. I said, Mia, I could see you like performing in front of 20,000 people, and I want to be that promoter to bring that to you. And,
that's what's up.
I guess
Mia's very talented.
Yeah, I guess she said I seen her on the live like maybe about a few weeks back, and she's like, you know what, I need to reconnect with Jose because he's the one that told me. I guess she's got something major going on, and I was like, wow, I at least I left that seed, you guys left seeds and planted in me, I hope that I did the same thing with you guys, and I can see that now. It's evidence because to stay up with somebody till 1:30 in the morning after all these difficulties, trust me.
Listen. At the end of the day, we're all trying to do this for the fans, right? And there are gonna be these little road bumps. It's just how you handle it. You know what I mean? So some people will get mad, some people will make fun of it and stuff like that. But I just roll with the punches. That's just how I am, and that's with every situation. So I just want to thank everyone who's listening right now and that are still tuned in with us.
Yeah. So, what other ventures do you do? My apologies. I'm a little bit. Yeah. What other ventures in the music business that you do besides being an artist? What else? What other caps you put on?
Well, as far as music is concerned, I can always switch it to the Latin side. I can do Spanish ballads, which is how I started this whole thing. I would write a lot of ballads in Spanish, and I will convert them to English or salsa, whatever the case. But and now what I'm doing is I'm co-producing stuff, but I will always continue to do backgrounds just because before I was the lead singer, I would admire the likes of Jimmy Tunnel. There was another guy named Lawless, and there was just a ton of that. I would just listen to, like, wow, how the hell does he do that? You know what I mean? So I was more into the backgrounds and what was going on in the back. When I would dissect the song, it would be to hear the background vocals and the Debbie Coles and all those background vocalists that were on these major tracks. Like Let the Music Play and Battle of the Heart, and even Willie Valentine's. He had Debbie Cole and Love Contagious. I will focus on backgrounds. So that's how come I've done so many backgrounds for people over the years. So as far as the caps, I would say background vocalist, songwriter, production, and even some vocal arrangement on people's tracks, because some artists, they bring their stuff to me and I give them their input, or I tell them, listen, I think you should add this to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. I just love to help everybody at the end of the day, and I'm just lucky to have been a part of a lot of projects over the years.
Well, that's dope. Now, I know that you have your own label. Have you ever considered opening your own record label besides VA Music?
Well, yeah, no, of course. I mean, it's always good to have a team. But if it gets to the point where I feel I can do everything myself, I mean, I have Jam Music, which is Jay Allen's music, and that's my partner. They call us a dynamic duo, and down the road maybe, because we're not getting any younger. What I would love to do is get the younger audience involved and carry this genre forward, for us, because like I said, we're not those 20-year-olds like before, you know what I mean, and we do need to somehow interact with the younger and attract that younger audience. So maybe down the road, I would say in another 2-3 years, that'll be cool if we have our label but younger people doing freestyle.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Bro, I mean, I got so many questions for you. So you say you're talking about 2 or 3 years doing your own record label. Who and I hate to ask this, who would you consider artist wise?
I mean, Yeah, no, like I said, I mean, all the artists right now, we're all around the same age level, so, and they're all doing their thing. Everybody's doing Jenny Renee, we got, Nelson, Vision, everybody, they're all doing their own thing, and, I will need to say that it's gotta be somebody new and younger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I haven't found that person yet, but eventually it'll happen. I think we need to, set the bar and create that new standard so that we can attract younger ears. You know what I'm saying? And when that happens, you're gonna see, man. Trust me. My dream one day is to have these younger people who listen to the Demi Lovato's, the Ariana Grandes, and all that other music, the younger singing freestyle. I think that'll be so dope. So that's my goal, to set an example of this freestyle genre of ours, put quality stuff so that we can be heard by younger people, and hopefully they will want to do this type of music.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually, God willing, on the 21st of this month, I'll be 40 years old, bro.
Well, look, you're young. I wish I could say I was gonna be 40.
And a lot of people say
I'll be 48 on January 26th.
I'll be considering like an old head, I'm in the old head level now.
you're hitting the 40s, brother.
Yeah, so, everything changes. I'm talking to my daughter, and, I'm single, I'm looking at a younger girl. She's like, Dad, what's wrong with you? She's like 20 years younger than you. I said, well, oh, God. Now I'm there, I'm in the sandwich era, I'm like, shit, yeah, my kids are growing, I'm getting older. My parents are, they're little by little, they're going to be fading away, and God forbid, they've actually lived a good life, and but I'm in that era now, where when I listen to my first new track freestyle that I listened to was Jay Mazur, bro. And I was like, wow, what the fuck? This is fucking, excuse my language, people, I'm sorry. And I'm like, wow, this is freestyle. And the person that I was chilling with, she was like, yeah, hell yeah, that's Jay Mazur, And I'm like, wow. So I started listening a little bit more and more and more. And I'm like, man, how do I get involved? Because now I see that there's a gap here. And, I guess it's basically the music industry back in the 90s and the early 2000s that really screwed a lot of people over. And, and ended a lot of stuff with the genre, with this genre. And I can understand with certain people like, CPR, they say we need good quality music, good quality freestyle. And now I'm still really starting to develop the knowledge or the knowing of, damn, that shit is whack. Why they even produce that, But what the crazy part is, again, this genre is underground. And in Detroit, everything is underground. Our basically our mainstream is underground. So certain tracks, like your older tracks, could be the jam here in Detroit. The old school stuff. So they still haven't been introduced to that. So introducing this type of music on a week to week basis, with the DJs here, like Dan, Xavier, that when he worked with us, DJ Pup. We have a certain standard on, what should be played and what not, and what should be in rotation, because I think that's the professional manner that we should take this, But again, I'm going on tangents here now. It's because, I'm still mesmerized here. What's up, people? What's up, Facebook world? Freestyle Nation. How you guys doing? Thanks for bearing with us.
What we got to do is we can't allow the genre to get saturated with garbage again. And that's what happened. That little gap that we had when freestyle was dying and off of radio, we allowed a lot of garbage music to be categorized as freestyle, and it really wasn't. It was just, badly produced, badly sung songs, and we accepted it. So moving forward to now, 2019 and current, everyone's putting out this music. We're setting that bar that either you gotta match it or just not do it at all. Just become a fan and just listen to it, because I will always repeat and say to everyone, freestyle is part of our culture, and we just can't let anybody destroy that. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Yeah, it is Latin culture, man, and that's the thing. We don't have, I don't know if you ever watched that John Leguizamo stand up he had just recently, and it's talking about Latinos for Dummies, Latin culture for dummies, and he speaks a lot that a lot of the Latin culture, there's folk culture. There's there's different cultures, but when it comes down to Latin history, there's no Latin history nowhere in the history books because they erased it. You got what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is where I take pride, especially with something like freestyle, and I anything I do, I go hard on it, bro. If you know me personally or from when if you see me work, why is this person calling me? Why is this person calling me? I don't understand why people calling me. I know it says take the lit line off, bro. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. That somebody's calling me on trying to do a song request right now at 2 in the morning.
They want to hear some music.
Yeah, they do. So again, going back to what we were saying is this to me is our music, and
of course
it's diversified. I mean, man, I just seen you do something with Nelson, man, and he's singing Portuguese. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, yo.
Nelson's doing this thing. Like I said, everyone's doing their thing. Everybody knows what's going on in the freestyle world. You have all these artists. They just want to put out great music, and that's all you really want to see. You don't want the fights. You don't want the arguments. You don't want the division. What you want is people to just come out with great music so that we can listen to it, watch each other perform it, and that's it. And just enjoy our music, because everything else is it doesn't make any sense to me. So, this year has started off okay, and hopefully, we can just, when things start opening up, we can start performing and like we used to back in when before COVID hit. You know what I'm saying? So
I think, bro,
that's my hope at least.
Man, I think that once this opens, whatever it is, whenever it does, bro, Detroit, Chicago, New York, all these freestyle pockets that we have, bro, are gonna be booming. Like, people are gonna be wanting to, come, let's go see, let's go see the show, Talk to me about future ventures. I know that we discussed a little bit about, you possibly,
of course,
starting your own record label in a few years. Upcoming projects. What do you got coming up, man?
Man, I spent about 3 days in Nelson Rego's house, and that's where Jay Adams does his stuff. Nelson has a nice studio down in the basement. Really, really nice setup. And Jay Adams comes and he does his producing down there. And I did I started 3 tracks. One was backgrounds for Nelson. Nelson has an amazing song coming out. And I'm doing something with a Monet. Monet's an artist from like 30 years ago that all she put out was fire. So to me, she's an icon, and it's gonna be an honor. And I just got, it was a surprise to me, because Frankie Cutlass, he got Monet involved and actually got her out of retirement to come out and do this song. So, it's gonna, that's one of the projects I'm looking forward to coming out, and I think it's gonna probably come out like in March. So the Nelson Rego at the backgrounds, doing the song with Monet, and then doing a new George Anthony song. So that's what I have in the works.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Mia. I see her in the check-in.
You see her? I'm over here on my personal one. Shouts out to John from Florida. DJ Davi D, what's up? DJ John Doe, what's the deal? How you guys doing? Thanks for support.
Shout out to Detroit, Germany, and Florida, and everyone that's tuned in.
Yeah, Germany be tuning in, man. That's it's amazing. Like we went live about a few weeks ago on Freestyle After Dark, and I'm trying to build the numbers on this show because I want this to be a great platform for any artist to come through and say, hey, listen, man, you know, you want stuff dropped, you know, Detroit's a good place to drop it, you know, drop it with Lit, you know, and they can get you up and going. So, you know, after I promoted this event with you, having you here, man, I've had so many doors open, bro, that it's just amazing how, you know, the reception, they're like, you know, you got the artists like saying, yo, you guys are doing your thing, man, and, you know, to have George Anthony to come on your show, and, you know, it's a good experience for me, man. This is more of, I'm being a fan right now, you know.
No, of course. Listen, all this new freestyle has come within these last 2 years, right? And but everyone, trust me when I tell you, if everyone just sticks together and just, you know, do right and respect each other, we can take this really far. But as long as there's, like I said, bickering and fighting amongst us, it's not gonna go anywhere. Yo, and shout out to the West Coast DJ Racer. I can't leave out California, so before I forget, I don't want DJ Racer kicking my ass when I go to California.
Shouts out to DJ Racer. I never met the guy in person. I know I think he's working with my other counterpart here in Detroit. But I would like to meet him one day, you know, just to, you know, for him to meet the DJs here in Detroit, for, you know, from Lit and myself. And, you know, what we're trying to do is help things move forward, and forward in a positive manner. I know that one advice you told me in the summer was something about keep positive and everything that's negative is just chatter. I don't know if you remember telling me that. But,
yeah, man.
You told me that, and that stuck, bro. And that stuck to me. Like, I'm like, wow, you know. And I was like, man, this guy just really took, you know, again, me being a fan, you know, for you taking time out like this, and, you know, just to discuss your music, and it just takes pride, bro, and it helps me, it helps us be more motivated to go forward, man.
No, for sure. And listen, I want to answer a question that Teresa Carroll has, and she says that her kid wants to sing freestyle, and the only advice that I can give is to educate those kids, let them know where this music came from, and have them listen to those classics that made you fall in love with freestyle. So you gotta pass that along to your kids, and once you give them that knowledge, and they have that same passion and that same liking to the genre, then they can start. But if your kids like freestyle, just educate them and let them know where it came from, the origins of freestyle. But other than that, you know, that's good that your kid loves freestyle. Now you just gotta give them a little history on it.
Yeah, we Miyagi our kids here in Detroit with freestyle, bro. Like, we turn on, we turn on when we clean the house, bro. It's freestyle, straight freestyle. You know, I remember living in New York, bro. I living in New York we used to live on Flatbush Avenue. My mom, man. It would be 7 a.m. in the morning, bro. And we listen. It's 92, bro. We listen to Jetty Rivera. You know, it's 7 in the morning. You know, so here, you know, that's where my origins come from. You know, from New York, listening to freestyle, listening to salsa, merengue, bachata. You know, and you're right. What would you say for a new artist? Let's say new upcoming young artist. What would you tell them at this point in this point in your career?
Yeah, man, to be persistent. Persistence is key. You know, and when they start feeling like they're not gonna get anywhere, that's when they should try harder. You know what I mean? So, you know, don't quit. You know, stay persistent, and remember that not everyone's gonna say yes to you at the beginning. So those no's should make you do it even more. You know, so that's the only advice I can give, and practice. You know, if you want to be a singer, practice. If you want to be a producer, practice. You know, and then own your craft. You know, so that's pretty much the basics on advice that I can give, because it needs to start there. You need to discipline yourself.
Definitely. And I see you love your fans, bro. Like, you know.
No, I love all my fans. Listen, even the ones that talk shit, I love them, because, you know, I I just was raised that way. You know what I mean? I wasn't raised to hate anyone, and that's it. You know, to love me is to know me, and a lot of people who have gotten to know me, they know what the deal is.
Wow, that's inspiring, bro. So
Yeah,
you're just waiting till COVID opens. Obviously, what are you doing for promotion right now? Besides, you know, going to you know, what are you doing for promotions? What are you doing besides, you know, besides the music making and all that?
Yeah, man. Right now, listen. I mean, COVID has fucked everything up. But you know, all I'm doing right now, to be honest, is being careful. There are some shows that I have turned down, and I've been blessed enough for promoters to even want me to perform at their place or whatever city. But you know, first and foremost, to be very careful. You know, COVID is a serious thing. We experienced that not too long ago, and you know, you just got to be careful and prioritize. Make sure that what you're doing is worth it. You know, so you know, as far as promoting, I'm using the internet. I'm using social media. You know what I'm saying? I put my little pictures up once in a while, letting people know what I'm doing. I'm keeping them updated. You know, so I'm utilizing social media as much as I can, because when this opens up and they start seeing your face and your presence, and people start coming to clubs again, then you'll have that. You know, you have that little following because you stayed active and you've given people that visual during this crazy time. But yeah, and just I would just tell everybody to do the same thing. You know, utilize social media as much as you can. Mia's doing a great job. She goes on live. She sings for her fans. You know, on the regular. Nelson Rego does the same thing. Vision does the thing. He plays music and he talks to his fans. So that's what I mean. Stay proactive on social media in the meantime until things start opening up again.
And that's, you know, that's the main thing. Like also in the DJ game, right? You know, when COVID hit, man, I had events, and man, bro, we were banging them out like every month. We had once a month events, man, with DJ Dan, DJ Xavier, and man, we were banging them out until this happens, you know, and then we had to find another way, you know, and we were like, you know what, since we got this COVID, we got all this time, let's just start this mix show. Everything that we do here is for promotion, to promote artists like yourself, you know, and that's the invite that I wanted to give to every artist, like, you know, like George, is use us. Lit Entertainment's here for that. This is what we do as a marketing company, man. You know, we do the billboards, we'll do buses. You want your shit on a bus, we could put it on a bus and the bus stops, you know, digital. Mm-hmm. And there's just a lot that we could bring to the table in regards to promotion and breaking new tracks, breaking new music, you know. We might not be like the big conglomerate people, but man, you know, we put in the work, you know, and that's my passion, you know, that's the passion. That's why we created Lit Entertainment, because what we wanted to do is come to the market and set a fire to people's asses here in the business, you know. And
absolutely. Hey, and listen, I have a fan here saying that there's some other artists that do the same thing, so that's wonderful. You know, that's very important. So I'm glad that these other artists, Jay Mazur, Jenny Renee started, you know, going on some DJ lives recently. She was in Tim Schomer's, then she was in Angel F, and then she was where else? She was at Cool Mike Skis in Florida. So Jenny Renee, she's making her presence felt. So that's what I mean. Utilize social media, make your presence felt.
That's how I met her. I met her in Chicago at the Angel F show, man.
That's
we
right.
got invited there.
She's a lovable person. She's easy to fall in love with.
Well, as a matter of fact, I just want to let everybody know, I'm just let the cat out the bag. On the 29th of January, we're going to have Jenny Renee and Gennaro here. This, you know, on the after dark. That was one of the doors that opened for us after we did we doing this interview. So
that's what's up.
That, you know, Jenny's fire, yo. Like,
yeah, she's amazing. She puts the work in, and she's a personal friend of mine. You know, we did All Hooked Up together. I mean, it's funny how that song came about, because, you know, she wasn't really doing it to start doing shows and stuff like that. She actually did it just to do it, and then it just took off. So, you know, I'm so happy that turned out the way that it did, and I'm glad that we have somebody like Jenny Renee in this genre.
That's dope. We needed something like that. We needed the Mias. We needed the Jenny Renees, you know.
The Jenny Renees, yeah, man, for sure.
You know,
absolutely.
You know, it's just you have a lot of you know, I think me and Jenny are almost the same age. I think she's you know, we're almost there. And I'm like, wow, she's a younger artist, you know, and to bring something like that, bringing that I'm still stuck in the '90s, man. You know, with that sound, you know. '90s was a great era of music, you know, and
it was. I agree 100%. I love the '90s. It gave us freestyle, it gave us house music, it gave us salsa. You know, the '90s was full of music. Remember, in the early '90s, we didn't have nothing. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have social media. We didn't have none of that. So how did we entertain ourselves? By, you know, listening to music on the radio and going to clubs.
Definitely. Well, Papa, yeah, I'm gonna, you know, we're gonna. That was basically most of the questions. I know it's almost 2 a.m. People want to go to bed. You know what I'm saying?
It's 9 a.m. in Germany.
Yeah, it's 9 a.m. now. Shouts out to you, Germany, for real. Thanks for tapping in, for real. I appreciate that. And I do apologize for the technical difficulties, but we made it happen. You already know. You know, we Latinos, we just, you know, we just throw stuff at the wall, see what sticks. So.
Hey, you know what? Like, you got to roll with the punches, like I said earlier. And I'm glad that you allowed me to come onto your platform and to the homes of all these beautiful fans. And let's do it again soon.
Man, bro, I'm gonna have a reunion show. Let me get my stuff together, and we'll have you back, bro. And we'll have you back done properly. I know.
No doubt. And listen, you have a pen on you? Write down my number, 917. No, I'm just kidding.
Yo te llamo después.
No, thank you so much, Jose. Man, you already know, man. Let's just like Willie Valentine from Artistic says, Team Freestyle, stronger together, and let's just keep this unity happening and doing things together and respecting each other, because that's the most important.
You know what was an honor for me before you leave, man, was you guys let me MC that show, man, in Detroit. And
yeah, man, listen, Vision put on a good show. It actually brought us all together. We got to know each other. You know, whether things came bad out of it or good out of it, at the end of the day, listen, like grown people, we gotta, discuss it off social media and come to some sort of accord, because it's really not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Being any animosity amongst us, because we're all trying to reach one goal, and that's to put this genre of ours at a higher platform where we're recognized by peers from other genres. So, at the end of the day, things happen for a reason. Detroit brought us, got us to get to know each other. Absolutely. And that's how I saw the Detroit show. So big ups to Vision, everybody in Detroit.
Absolutely.
Who showed me love when I was there at that time.
Yeah, but like I said, it was an honor to be able to share the floor. Maybe just being a party host to.
For sure, now, man. You did your thing, bro. You, Larry V, y'all did a hell of a job.
Yeah. So hopefully we could do this in the future, brother.
Yeah, you already know, my brother. You're anytime. I'll be there.
All right, Papi. Well, thank you so much. You have a good evening.
Thank you. You too, and have a good night. It's 2 a.m. right now.
It's 2 a.m. We're hollering.
we got about 20 strong here.
Yeah, 20 strong.
All right, my brother. Germany, right. You already know. West Coast, DJ Racer, Teresa, everybody that tuned in, Paulina, Amy Gonzalez, you already know. Thank you so much. Vinier. Oh, man, I can never pronounce her name, but I'm going to call her Miss Johnson. Thank you so much. And listen, I'm glad that she recovered from COVID. And everybody, please protect yourselves. This COVID thing is still serious, and I love you all.
All right, much love, Pa.
You already know. Have a good night, my brother.
Right, bye.
Peace.
Wow, that was GA, man. That interview could not come any worse than what it did. But I think we picked up the ball and ran with it, yo. Again, this is Freestyle After Dark. I appreciate each and every one of you on this live right now. I see DJ Racer, much love. Paulina, Amy, my lit family. You guys know who you guys are. Is much love. Normally we would actually jump into song requests and all that, and we do the hot mixes and stuff. But basically, because of the technical difficulties, you already know it's 2 a.m. We want to go to bed. We will see you guys next Friday night, as you already know, Freestyle After Dark. And also, don't miss out this Monday for Live in the Mix Monday. We jump on prime time at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. So if you in the build, if you're on Facebook, we live on Monday. And check us out every Monday night, every Friday night with Mr. Lit Entertainment, Jose del Valle, and this is Freestyle After Dark. You guys have a good evening, and